The Dallas Cowboys finished the 2024 season with a 7-10 record. The defense wasn't good, and Dak Prescott got hurt. Now in 2025, with a new head coach, the Cowboys sit at 4-5-1. Not a great start, but I see something that I didn't in 2024, which means I have hope for the Cowboys moving forward. Even at 4-5-1, I think there's a big chance that this team's Super Bowl window is actually open. Now, this year might be a little far-fetched, but I think there's a chance that they can go on a run in the next few games. So in today's video, I'm going to explain how the Cowboys got here, 7-10 in 2024, 4-5-1 in 2025, using the past few drafts as an example. And then finally, why those same drafts might be the reason that their Super Bowl window opens up in 2026 and 2027. Gets me excited for this year, so let's not waste any more time and get into it. I need you guys to go back in time with me for just a minute. We're going to break down these drafts, and then we're going to look at how it affects 2024 and 2025. If we look at 2020 and how much of a difference that made in the following 3 to 4 years, they took CeeDee Lamb, Trayvon Diggs, Neville Gallimore, who is still in the league, by the way, and was solid, but not a great player, but solid. Then they took Tyler Biadasz in round 4. I would consider that 2020 draft a success. They took 2 All-Pros in CeeDee Lamb and Trayvon Diggs. Then in 2021, that was a success too. Micah Parsons, Osa Odigizua, Chauncey Golston, Israel Mukuamu. Really good production out of that group as well. And then we saw success the following years in the draft. Tyler Smith, Sam Williams, Jalen Tolbert, Jake Ferguson, Deron Bland, Damone Clark, who played some snaps, wasn't a great player or anything, didn't move the needle a whole lot, but still played a good bit of snaps. Then you look at the games that Dallas won after that 2020 season. 12 games in 2021, 12 games in 2022, and 12 games in 2023. They won 36 games in 3 years. And we all know why. They drafted well in the stretch before that. When you're a team like the Cowboys that just relies on drafting, using that as your main team building strategy, not doing anything in free agency, not really trading for people, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later in this video, what they're doing now to kind of switch it up, but they don't pay a ton of people in free agency, or really anyone. They haven't spent more than $10 million on an outside free agent since Greg Hardy. That was a decade ago. They like to draft, and as you're going to see, it's a very scary team building strategy. You just got to keep doing it. You can't miss. Then we get to 2023. Mazi Smith, Luke Schoonmaker, DeMarvion Overshown, and I know, he's been injured. He's been good, just injured. Viliami Fehoko, cut after 1 year. Awesome Richards is gone. Eric Scott is gone. Deuce Vaughn is gone. Jalen Brooks played decent in the time that he didn't move the needle or anything. He is also gone. He actually plays for the Cardinals, funny enough. So those drafts bring us to the present day, because like the 2025 class this year, they're going to make an impact, but it's really hard to expect a rookie to make the kind of impact that maybe Micah did in his rookie season or CeeDee Lamb did in his rookie season. It's always 2 to 3 years down the road where you start reaping the benefits of a draft class or seeing the reason that you're not good. So the 2024 drafts brings us to what we've seen over the past 2 seasons. 2024 was not a good year. 2025 has been pretty meh or average, although I have a lot more hope in this team right now. The last 2 seasons really prove what we already knew. Drafting matters way too much for this team. You can literally go back and trace and point out where they went wrong and why this team is exactly like it is. Mazi Smith and Viliami Fehoko, those misses in 2023 on the interior defensive line with top 125 picks. The run defense has been really bad for the past couple of years. Not that it's ever been great for the Cowboys, but it's been serviceable at times. It was easily one of the worst in the league. Those misses reflect on the field. Look at the linebackers that Dallas has drafted over the past couple of years. They've taken just 2 linebackers inside the top 100 since 2018. They've taken 2 linebackers inside the top 100 since then. And no, I'm not counting Micah Parsons as an off-ball linebacker because he played just like 1 full game there. They tried, but that wasn't his position. So they took Overshown and Maris Leofau. once again, Overshown has dealt with injuries throughout his entire career. It's not his fault. They've been some fluky injuries. He got injured on a routine tackle in the preseason and then landed on by two offensive and defensive linemen and crushed his knee. It's not his fault, but they also just haven't gotten that much of a return from him. Imagine if he was healthy over the past couple of years. We could say, okay, Overshown is a staple in this linebacker room. He's why the linebacker room's holding on by a thread, or why they're so good. And then Marist is still growing and learning as a player. People felt like he was drafted a little too high when they took him anyway. He hasn't made such an impact where we're not looking at the linebacker room saying that's a spot they're going to have to address. Then you look at the Dallas pass rush, which hasn't been great until like last week against the Raiders, and now it's because you traded for Quinnen Williams. You can trace that back. They traded away their best pick in Micah Parsons. They decided not to pay him. Chauncey Golston was good in the rotation while he was here. He's gone. Sam Williams hasn't been playing that well. He hasn't played like this team is needed. And at this point, I think you guys get my drift. You know what I realized might be more important than running the football? Picking the right work boots. And picking those used to feel like choosing between comfort and durability. Either they felt good and they wore out fast, or they lasted forever and absolutely destroyed your feet. That's why I'm all in on Brunt, and so is my golden retriever, Dallas. I got the Marin 6-inch soft toe boots, and I'm telling you guys, they were super comfortable straight out of the box. No break-in period, no blisters, no walking around really funny for a week, just instant comfort. I mean, just look at these things. You can tell that they're built for real work. No fluff, not trying to be a sneaker. These are tough, no BS work boots that feel like they're already molded to your foot on day one. My favorite part is Brunt stands behind what they make. You can wear them to work, and if they're not right for you, just send them back. I don't know any other brand doing that. That's a company that believes in their product. And right now, you can get $10 off at Brunt when you use code DoubleMove at checkout. You just head over to bruntworkwear.com or click the link in the description of today's video and use my code DoubleMove, and you're good to go. Now, let's get back into it. Dallas needs something in the draft. They draft it. If they miss, it turns into a disaster. Look at Jalen Tolbert. I hate to bring that up all the time. I feel like I look at that pick and say, okay, what has Dallas tried to do since that Jalen Tolbert pick to fix their wide receiver room? They traded for Brandon Cooks for a 5th-round pick. Turned out good for a year or two. Then they traded for George Pickens, trying to solidify the wide receiver 2 spot. Lucky enough for them, they've actually been able to do that. Pickens has been phenomenal. If they wouldn't have done that, if they wouldn't have made that move, I don't think the offense is nearly as good, and we might be looking at a 2-9 team at this point, because I don't think they would really be able to do anything on offense. They would have lost the Packers game. They would have lost this game and that game because they couldn't keep up. And then we move over to the offensive side of the ball and listen to some of these names, and you'll know exactly why this offense is so good. CeeDee Lamb, Tyler Smith, Jake Ferguson, Tyler Guyton, who continues to get better and better. We're about to talk about him in a minute. Cooper Beebe, Ryan Flanoy, Tyler Booker. They've drafted some studs the past couple of years on offense, and they have Dak Prescott, who, no matter what you say about him, is a good NFL quarterback. And if you're still watching this video somehow, you're probably wondering, well, how does this give you any hope for 2026 or the back half of 2025 and 2026 and 2027? How do these drafts make you feel better? You just named out all of the misses. So I guess I'm going to tell you guys, all right? Because I went back and looked at the last 2 draft classes. I think there's a chance that 2021, 2022, and 2023 could be recreated. Maybe this time with a better defense. And also, can we sprinkle in just a couple free agents, right? You look at the 2024 draft. Last year, it wasn't good because you were expecting a very raw player in Tyler Guyton to be an impact guy. They selected Marshawn Nealon, who, once again, rest in peace to Nealon. He was a rookie. And then Cooper Beebe, a rookie. All of those guys, all of those names, they were expecting to just be able to plug them in, and they were going to fix all of the spots that you really needed to. Dallas couldn't protect Dak Prescott at the tackle spot last year. Their defense wasn't good, but a lot of that came from trying to rely on rookies. I will admit, Guyton wasn't good in his rookie season. But so far this year, I think he's been really good. He's figuring it out. He's not perfect, but he is serviceable. He continues to get better and better, and I would not consider him a miss at all. I really haven't worried about the left tackle spot all year long. It was such a conversation last year when they were trying to put Udoga out there, find guys because Guyton wasn't on the field and he wasn't playing well when he was. It seemed like a miss last year. This year, I haven't worried about left tackle, and the offense has been fine because of it. Cooper Beebe is here to stay. He's your starting center. We love Cooper Beebe. Look at Kalen Carson, who they took in 2024. Didn't play good as a rookie either. They just threw him into the fire. I mean, that dude has been balling out the past couple of weeks since getting back from injury. He doesn't even look like the same player to me. If he can just be an average NFL starter at corner over the next couple of years, or a backup corner, that's a win to me. Every guy doesn't have to be this big magical hit, because you've hit on guys like CeeDee Lamb and Tyler Smith, Jake Ferguson. Like, every guy doesn't need to be a top 10 player at their position. They just need to be serviceable NFL starters, and I think Kalen Carson has been just that. Ryan Flournoy, that's your wide receiver 3 for the next 2 years. Flournoy is good. He is a legit weapon. If they keep Pickens around and have Flournoy and have CeeDee Lamb, like, that is a legit, maybe the best wide receiver room in the entire NFL. Nathan Thomas, also drafted in 2024, didn't play at all in his rookie season. He might end up being the team's right tackle next year. He's still got his quirks as a player, but he can play. With a full offseason, a right tackle, prepping him for that spot, I think you could have a starter that you found in the 7th round, which I didn't even mention this going over the past couple of years, but for a while, the Cowboys found a right tackle in Terrence Steele, who was an undrafted free agent that played really good for them. That also helped them be a really good offense. I think the 2024 draft class is going to end up being a major part of this Cowboys team moving forward. It's not going to be a draft that we just kind of push to the wayside like 2023, and you're going to be much, much better for it. Then, this past year's draft, Tyler Booker looks like a player in his rookie season. Donovan Ezeraku looks like a legit player in his rookie season. I expect both of those guys to only get better in 2026 and down the back half of this season. Savon Ravel, just 1 game in, looks like a player. That guy is built to be an NFL corner. Shamar James is already getting legit snaps. He also has his quirks, but getting him out there on the field, if he ends up being a rotational guy because you do go and try to find a linebacker in the draft or free agency or what have you, I would feel good if he was in the rotation. Jay Toia, the defensive tackle that they took in the 7th round, is also getting legit snaps. I don't think he's going to be some above average defensive tackle or anything like that, but he's playing as a rookie, which is pretty good. Even if James and Toia are depth pieces, that is a win. Like, I mean, you go back and look at Eric Scott and Jalen Brooks, and like these guys, like, they couldn't really be depth pieces. That ends up hurting a team. You got to fill out a full 53-man roster. So you see what I'm trying to put together here. The 2023 draft set this team back. It's why 2024 and 2025 have been more so average to below average. And I don't want to completely single out the 2023 class. There were some other misses in other drafts before that aided in you getting to where you are. If those 24 and 25 classes can continue to grow, continue to get better, they've already flashed on the field. Now with Quinnen Williams and Osa and CD and hopefully Pickens for the future and Dak and everyone, I gotta say, I got a lot of hope for this team, and a Super Bowl window might be back open. I made this video because I wanted to talk about how the rookies have performed so far this year, also tied into previous drafts, how we got here, all of that stuff. I just wanted to ramble, explain how we got here before they face the Eagles. So if you enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Let me know that this video made sense. I just wanted to talk about it. So I had to figure out how to put it in video form without getting on here and ranting. So thank you guys. I love you all, and I'll see you next time.